You're listening to Brigade Radio 1.
Welcome to the Antisocial Show.
They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming to get you.
Your hosts, Block and Tyson.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Anti-Social Show, a show that ponders the question: are we in the Matrix or not? We don't know yet, but we're pondering this question each and every day. I am Hunter Block, and he is
Tyson Sainer, and I do not ponder whether or not we are in the Matrix. I have accepted that we are.
Very true. Now, the reason this actually leads up to tonight's topic, because basically the last time that we had recorded a show, we had done it was a weird show, first of all, because we were coming back for the first time in quite about a year or so because of life happenings, and which we're not going into because that's no fun. But the point though is that particular night that we recorded, which was a few weeks ago, the idea was that I wanted to tease at a character that we plan on doing for a Halloween episode that we've been trying to take off for now quite a while, and which we will. Now, the look itself that I did, you got to keep in mind, everyone listening, is that it's very experimental. It's not the final look. It's not the boss look that's going to look really cool. And if you want to know what that looks like, please go over to our TikTok page, which is the Anti-Social Show. Now, when you go to that TikTok page, you have to understand, which I will explain later in the show, why the content is the way it is. But the point though is, as we progressed into this episode last time that we recorded, and thanks to our guest, to Maria, for joining us. That was really cool.
Yes, thank you, Maria.
We had talked about AI, so I had got to thinking like that would be a really cool topic to explore for the next time that we recorded, which is now, because I noticed that even I dabbled in AI, or I'm trying to anyway, as I'm creating stuff on TikTok. And Tyson here does create a lot of stuff with AI, and AI seems to be everywhere now. And I remember, Tyson, have you ever watched the TV show on Netflix called Black Mirror?
I have not.
So there's an episode that exclusively deals with AI, and basically the thing about it is it's like AI is fantastic, I think. But the episode was dealing with the fact that they could take an actor's face, which I've actually seen on Facebook and videos with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is actually pretty hilarious. But they can do it so close now, it's almost scary. So what is your I want to know my thoughts, I guess, is as you're dabbling more in AI than I am, how do you feel about AI? Do you think it's a good thing, or do you think someday AI is going to take us over as overlords? Or a consciousness that's an overlord?
I mean, I don't know if it'll be an overlord thing necessarily. I think it's already kind of taking us over, because it's certainly it's in the zeitgeist right now. I imagine that as long as a particular potential tyrant does not, in case this person who is in our news is 2025, by the way, early January 15, that's all I'll say. If they do not make person of the year again, it'll probably be AI that makes something of the year. I think they will invent a new category. That is my prediction as we as we sit here in 2025. But I would say also that I have seen the thing where they put a different actor's face on an actor in scenes of movies, and I've seen two standout examples that I really appreciated. One was it was Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone on Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly's faces in Step Brothers.
Ah,
And it
yeah.
was, I think the person was also doing the voices of Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger on Will Ferrell's face, I think, and Stallone's face on John C. Reilly, and they were doing the "Did we just become best friends?" scene, and that was hilarious.
That is hilarious.
The other one is somebody put Jim Carrey's face on Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Now, I think I saw that one.
Which one? The Step Brothers one or the Shining one?
Both of them. I remember
Okay.
definitely seeing the Step Brothers one, but like I'm trying to remember if I did see the one with The Shining, because if you think about it,
Mhm.
there's only what, like, Jim Carrey is such an amazing actor. Like it's oh, by the way, everybody, it's a nostalgic moment for me to get back to our roots, because this is how our show started. This is how our friendship actually started almost like 13 years ago. We was just talking about movies and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Although it was me that reached out to Tyson first because of some weird post that he had posted about going to work at Hooters. But anyway,
Wait, what?
on
Hold on. I don't remember this. What? Going to work at Hooters?
at Hooters, yeah.
Did I say I was going to work there?
Yeah, so basically, I had started a Twitter account, and this is just going back just a little bit, not to reminisce too much, because obviously,
It's fine.
we're talking about one thing, but this is going back years ago when I was starting Zombie Bacterium as a indies film company to do everything zombie, of course, movies, and
Mhm.
like I said, I'd started on Twitter, which is now known as X, and
Mhm.
essentially you had either I started following you or you started following me. But like the point though is we really hadn't had too much interaction at that point. But like one of your tweets had like caught my attention, and I'm like, this person, whoever it is, because Rev T23, obviously you can't tell male or female, but to me it really didn't matter. I'm like, oh my God, this person's hilarious. So I started interacting more. And the more that we interacted, I'm like, oh my God, this guy's fucking fantastic. Like, I can really get down with this guy. And it just started from there. But
So I was saying funny
um,
things is what you're telling me. That's good.
correct. You had said something funny that caught my attention, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy's hilarious. And
It's nice to be thought of as funny.
absolutely. And my benefit, of course, because you are hilarious. And, it's anyway,
Thank
the
you.
point though is getting back to the original topic, because we're talking about movies and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Now, the thing about it is that do you like do you think that like Hollywood should have something to worry about? You think, like, as far as like AIs, like the Actors Guild,
What
or
for
something like that?
the actors? Oh gosh, look.
Because if you think about this,
In general, I'd say no.
no,
I don't think overall no, because I think AI. It's not a matter of AI being able to replicate imagery or writing or story ideas, or like it can do all of those things, but there's something about the human element that is always missing, and I think that's the thing they shouldn't try to put too much into an AI thing. Like you can convince people maybe once, but then I don't know. It's hard to say. There's actually a
no.
movie that kind of deals with this called Simone with Al
I have a
Pacino. That's a good one. I'd check that one out, people. Simone with Al Pacino, about a digital actress.
But yeah, I do. To get to that for a second,
Hmm.
I do see your point where Jim Carrey. Now, if they were to make like a reboot, obviously, which I hope they do not, but because basically they already rebooted The Shining, and you know how I feel about reboots. But if they were to do a reboot of The Shining, like I would totally be okay with Jim Carrey, like taking up the role of like of Jack.
That character.
Yeah, of that
Yeah.
character, because like he would be crazy if you look at him in like if you look at him in the Cable Guy, and I think it's the number 13. Like he's like one of those rare comedic actors who can like take it dark. Robin
Yes.
Williams was the same way.
It can be funny
You
and
know,
scary.
correct. Like like you look at Robin Williams, like my entire life
Hmm.
leading up to like certain like roles that Robin Williams has played. You look at like Mork and Mindy, for example. Okay, he's sweet, he's funny, he's an alien like you would like to meet and become friends with.
Sure.
Mrs. Doubtfire, like, he's like this like dad who cares about his kids, like
Hmm.
so much so to the fact that he dresses in drag and becomes a British like house cleaning lady. Creepy, yes.
It's a bit beyond drag, but yes, I hear what you're saying.
Yes, it's a bit beyond drag.
It
but
does start with drag. When they're doing the transformation,
right,
they do just try makeup on him, and it doesn't work. So they
right.
have to move to latex, as Harvey
Latex.
Firestein says. Let's
But
try
it,
latex.
but it's funny well, not funny, but it's also brilliant to the fact that these two individuals can take it not only to like a lighthearted comedic side to
Hmm.
where like you love them, but like they can also take it to a dark side as well.
Yes, 1 hour photo. There's a dark side of Robin Williams.
Correct.
Insomnia. At least
Insomnia,
does.
yes. Now,
But
the reason
go ahead,
why
yeah,
I brought
yeah.
up AI and taking over actors is because are you familiar with Full Moon?
Full Moon Features,
Yes.
Charles Band's thing, the Puppet Master, all that stuff.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So
100%.
as you know, Full Moon Entertainment was a big thing in the 90s, right?
Oh, yes.
And they produced a lot of great movies. Maybe not blockbuster movies, but like, okay, so for a horror fan like me, great movies. Like, for example, I was thinking about this up until recording. Like, for example, the Puppet Master series was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Scanners, like, or Transers, I think it's called.
Trancers, yes. I like the
The
Trancers
energy,
series.
yeah, yes, the Energy Vampires, I think that's what it was about. Or Doll Man, for example, was good. But if you don't like any of those movies, there is a vampire series called Subspecies,
Seen those.
and
Been a while.
yes.
Been a while, but I've seen them.
Now the thing about it was I've always been like fascinated with the backstory for this, like ever since like the 90s, right? So you have the Vampire King,
Mm-hmm.
who's played by the actor who played the tall man in Phantasm, right?
Angus
Um,
Scrimm.
Yes, thank you. And you have, and now he's a good vampire, right? So, but he
Oh,
has like this bloodstone, as you know, for anyone that's not watched
it's
the series.
it's been a while.
So the bloodstone
Excuse
drips
me.
the blood of the saints,
Oh,
and basically, there was this boy who went to Rome, who stole this stone, brought it back to the Vampire King, and basically gave it to him as a gift, and said, "Here you go." And in exchange, eternal peace. Right? This guy was going to be good. He wasn't going to bite anybody, going to not kill anybody, whatever else.
sure.
And the son, who was made from a mortal woman, who was a good vampire, Stefan, upheld this. Now you have Radu, who's the catalyst. He's like the main villain. He's like the other half, like he's the other son of this vampire king who's evil. Like he's got the fangs, the long fingers with the nails. He does like black magic. He's into all this crap, right? Now the actor himself, I forget his name now, but he played this character really good. Like I feel like, and he's played it throughout the entire series, right?
Okay.
But in 2023, they decided to do the origin story of this series, and now here's the thing: like this guy, fantastic, mwah, but he's old. Like he's in his 70s. Like like you can't even like there's not even makeup could like change the outlook of this guy. Like no offense to him, but like
Mm-hmm.
this is where I'm thinking like AI could help out. Like you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
for sure.
Or like the
Like use
de-aging.
his voice,
Mm-hmm.
right? Use his voice and everything else like that. Like uses like his mannerisms and stuff. But like they could have used AI for like because obviously the origin story, like you want to show a much younger version. Don't forget this guy was like at least 37, 36 when he like played the initial role.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now he's in his 70s. So it's like I listen, we all age, I get it, but like Harrison Ford could get away with it because he's Indiana Jones, like he's a professor or whatever else.
Sure.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but you get the idea, right? Where AI can help out.
Well, perhaps AI, but I mean, like, there is digital de-aging technology that exists, and I don't know how much of that actually requires AI. Like, they did it for Indiana Jones in Dial of Destiny, which I still haven't seen. That's the 5th movie for people who
I
don't
haven't
know
seen
this.
it either.
I will be seeing it soon, though. I just have a couple left in the. I have a couple left in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to catch up on, and then I'm going to watch. And after I'm caught up where I want to be in MCU, I'm going to watch Dial of Destiny. But anyway, good.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I I hate to say this or bring this out, but like I almost want, and obviously I'm not Tyson's father or nothing like that. I don't want anyone to think I have any influence over Tyson, but like I almost want to feel like I almost want to say like Tyson, you are not allowed to watch any more movies until you watch Tusk because that's been a 13 long thing.
Oh, Tusk.
At Tusk. And you know what? Speaking of movies, I was telling Maria about, in fact, 2 nights ago. In fact, last night maybe we were talking about and I keep saying this because I love this movie. I don't care. The Thugs of Hindustan.
Thugs of Hindustan. Yes.
Yeah, we were talking about this, and I'm like, if you want to watch anything like that's like a musical that like takes place about like a historical time, you got to watch this movie. And it's like I really want to rewatch it again because it's fucking fantastic. And because we talk a lot about movies too, so it's like,
does she like musicals? Because I mean, it's not not technically really. It's a masala film, so it has musical numbers in it, but it's not really a musical. It's just it's a Bollywood movie.
Right. No, I know. That's what I told her. It's Bollywood, but at the same time, like to me, the only thing I can classify it is if I'm like explaining it to somebody, it's like think of it as like Pirates of the Caribbean, but in India. And really fucking written well.
Sure, yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe it's just because it's. Well, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, you got to give them credit, right, for Bollywood.
Oh no, Thugs of Hindustan is one of my favorite movies, and it is the fact that it has musical numbers that I did not expect because it does not present itself as a musical. It's an action movie that has 3 musical numbers in it. And then like a song over the credits that's sung by one of the main actors, but like 3 for like 2.5 hours. That's not really a musical is like a musical number every chapter practically. That could be anywhere from 7 to 12 songs in one film or more. But like the producer's musical version, that's a musical. I'm sorry, but like okay, so the other one, the thing we were talking about along that, there are Bollywood films that have, like 6 or 7, and that's like even closer to how a musical has for the amount that they have. And like Doom 2, for example, has like a bunch, and Doom 3, it's like 6 or 7 per Doom 2 and 3, maybe even all the Doom films. They tend to have like 6 or 7 musical numbers. Huh?
You're talking about like Dune, like on the other planet Dune?
No, that's Dune. So that's Dune, D-U-N-E, based on the book. No, so there's a movie called Doom, not the video game adaptation with The Rock, with Carl Urban, but it's D-H-O-O-M. It's the sound of drum mix. Boom. And
Gotcha.
And that's the name of the film. It's a cops and robbers series of movies. And, Doom 2, and then Doom 3. They don't have any funny subtitles really that I'm aware of. But they're all great. They just get progressively better, and the musical numbers get more elaborate. But they're still not really musicals. It's so weird. They're these action adventure movies with musical presentations in them that sometimes are part of the plot, but sometimes they're fantasy sequences. Sometimes they're just character introductions. Like you're supposed to understand this person's cool because they walk in the room and they do this thing with their sunglasses and they whip them off and they throw them across the room, and it follows the sunglasses across the room for a second. It's like very highly stylized, silly action, push-ins and slow and frame ramps, and like thing.
I agree.
It's great. It's fascinating stuff, and it's so fun to watch. Anyway.
Can you imagine, like, and this is just a thought that popped in my head. Can you imagine if, like, somehow, like, you could, because I've seen Tyson does some great work on not Twitter, sorry. We gave up Twitter because, well, at least I did because X sucks.
I'm still there. I rarely post, but I will. If people post text, if people reach out to me on X, which is Twitter to me, I will be there, and I'm actually thinking of moving to Blue Sky or Blue Ski.
Yes. I think we should, because I think we're going to take. So in 2025, everybody, we're going to take the entire. We're going to take the entire show, because don't forget, like, our show has platforms like everybody else, and we primarily advertise on Facebook. We used to on Twitter, but I think we're going to move to Blue Sky now. keep in mind when it comes to like if you haven't like if you've been listening to us the whole time, I thank you, of course, obviously always, and I want to thank you for bearing with us while we were away because of life happenings. But we had recently started a year ago. We had started advertising our stuff on TikTok. Sorry, long day for me. And the thing about TikTok is that I used to, and I have to tell on myself a little bit. And so I used to hate TikTok, and I used to hate it. And I realized that, so if, all right, to go a little behind the scenes, it's okay. Like, I'm okay with this. Life happenings, I had to go away for some health reasons for a while, and which we're not going to get into because it's complicated. But I had to go away for health reasons, and while I was away, I couldn't record anything with the show, and it really bothered me because we were at a place where we were doing fantastic. Like the show was like taking off. We were at a place where we wanted to be, at least in my head anyway, which was, fantastic. Like we were getting like all these cool guests on, and Tyson was introducing us to some new content with some AI stuff, which I absolutely love, because there's this one picture that he showed us from AI. It was Santa Claus in a park, it looked like, and he looked like he was holding up some people, a couple of dudes, and
like muscular
dude,
dudes.
That's forever funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
forever. But the point though is, it's back in 2022. I started watching TikTok and videos of this guy Les Gold in Michigan who does a pawn shop called American Golden Loan or something like that. So I was watching videos, not doing anything with it, and it was under my own name. And I started to amass like 100 followers, not understanding why, right? And did nothing with it. So now here I am away, like, this is the summer of 2023. I'm away taking care of my health and all that stuff. And I started like, you know what? Maybe I can't record, but I have TikTok, right? So I can still do something for the show or something, entertain people, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I started like looking at like the followers and stuff like that. And I realized that we had a lot of like witches and not fortune tellers, because tarot card readers, sorry. We had a lot of those type people. So it's like, it's almost complicated to try to gear like content towards them, because even though I love a good Batman joke, but they're not going to particularly like look at that as funny, right? So it's like, how do I get them to engage in what we're doing as far as like anti-social show, but like give them the content that they want at the same time? So it's like, I'm going to give them the content that they want, but also I'm going to sneak in some stuff from ours as well. So it's all nicely blended. So they still get exposure to everything. And as it turned out, the little experiment worked, because it's like, I still give them what they want as far as like witchy stuff and like tarot card stuff and a little dark stuff. I get it, but not too dark. But at the same time, I'm giving them that humor, that content that we're doing, and they're getting exposure, and they're getting like, they're keeping an open mind to it, which is perfect. And it's like, I couldn't have been more like genius about it. So that's like what I try to do. So the content on the TikTok page is always going to be like all over the planet because of that reason. And so that's the reason why. So it's like it almost has to be that way. But to date, the Crab Lagoons post, for whatever reason, is like gaining traction, and it's all it really is just a couple of fried lagoons, is like crab lagoons, like dipping themselves into like dipping sauce. Go ahead.
I think it's crab rangoon.
Yes, rangoon. Thank you.
I like the idea of a crab lagoon, though. A freshwater lagoon with crabs.
Right.
Sounds delicious.
It is delicious.
It reminds me of another Crab's Treasure, a Dark Souls style game I started playing that is set in the world where you are a hermit crab trying to get their shell back, and it's cartoony. Please continue. Just wanted to drop that, because, by the way, people, I do still game. I'm not putting up gaming videos all that much. I'm putting up much more AI generated music lately, but we can talk about that another time or later. But yeah. Please continue.
For anyone that wants to go over to the TikTok page,
what is the TikTok that you run?
Yes, I plan to move Tyson's content over to our well, as I say, it's Tyson and I. It's both my page and Tyson's page as well because it is now the Antisocial Show.
Sure.
So
I realize
I
that.
plan to move his content over. Which, by the way,
Yeah, some of
the
it.
one video I did
Uh-huh.
was I forget which video it was. It was a girl that you had done that was like kind of like multicolored singing a song. Gained some traction, so that's good. I plan to move more of your content over.
I don't know if is it the colorful inside thing?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, that was interesting. It was an interesting experiment. See, that was an AI thing. So the TikTok account you are talking about is lowercase ANTI underscore SOCIAL underscore SHOW underscore. That is, yeah, and also right on the page there is when I look it up on the app, one of the first things you can see
yes,
is the crab rangoon thing, which
yes,
is
yes,
other side of that. That's my other finger, so it's over here.
yes.
Yeah, you can kind of see that. It's weird looking. Also, there's our logo, which we are wearing on
Yep.
our shirts.
Now,
Though for this-
when it comes to the TikTok page itself, it's
uh-huh.
designed to make you think. So we share a lot of like stuff that like inspirational quotes. It's designed to make you laugh. It's designed to make you maybe cry a little bit. It's designed to make you get scared a little bit. So
Okay.
it's like I said, the content for that is like all over the place, and it's been getting great. Is Tyson experiencing ghosts on his end?
Did you see that Did it look dark to you for a second there?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But now it's back to like this weird sort of saturated look. So anyway, oh, it might have been the camera looking into the camera that might have done something to it. Sorry. Anyway, please continue.
So the page itself is designed to do a lot of things, um, and that's a good thing because again, it's designed to, like I said, inspiration, make you cry, make
Mhm.
you laugh, make you think. Like we share a lot of useless facts or interesting knowledge, and it's kind of for me, it's kind of like I look at it like Fortnite. So years and years ago, um,
Hmm.
I watched Tyson play Fortnite for the first time on his YouTube page, Tyson Sander Gamer,
Yeah.
and he was building stuff in the sky, literally. So I was like, "Oh my god, this is cool!" Because excuse my French, sorry, Tyson.
Mm.
I'm getting better.
This is
But
like number 6, by the way. So I'm in my head. I'm keeping
wait,
track.
is it number 6?
Well,
Number 7? Oof.
Well, that was actually probably 8 because I just said it. But the point is, it's all right. Just do try to keep it to a minimum. But I'm just not going to make an issue. That's why because when you say it, I don't go every time now.
Yeah.
I just sort of let it go by.
So the point though is, all right. So
yeah,
I had watched Tyson years ago play Fortnite on his gaming channel, and I was like, oh my god, this is pretty cool because as a child. I used to build castles with blocks and things like that. So I'm like, well, even if I don't do the battle royale, I can still build some beautiful castles, right? So
yeah, it's creative mode or something, basically.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I go into creative mode and I build all these castles, but at the same time, it's like I think about life while I'm doing it, and I'm finding a way around life's problems, and I'm building all these really cool castles, getting lost and stuff. So it's kind of like the same thing with TikTok. It's like it's the challenge of trying to introduce people to things that they probably wouldn't have been subjected to before. At the same time, not introducing them, but like keeping them in focus of the same thing that they're used to. For example, all right, I'll give you a witchy video, hey, blessed be, this is a magical day and all this other stuff. And the next video is going to be, well, Michael Keaton is really Batman. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that.
Sure.
And
well, thank you for keeping the show going. I have
No, thank you because, like I said, dude, I had to go away for a while, and you
yeah.
definitely kept it. You definitely kept it going for a while.
And but you do all the stuff you're doing from your phone, which I don't envy you because like I do a few things from the phone, like obviously most of the TikToks, unless it's a song that I'm posting, which I also post on my YouTube because why put it only in one spot? TikTok is hit and miss. It's very, very hit and miss. I've had some great success with it, and I've had a lot of failures, and it's hard to really gauge if it's the time of day I'm posting, the time of year that I'm posting, because it's like
Yep.
good on Saturdays for Peppa Pig content, and then I try other stuff and it's not so good. And then one Saturday it'll be crappy for Peppa Pig content, and then the next Saturday will be better. And it's like, well, but I'm still posting all these things in a very measured and focused way, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
It's a release schedule, and it's like if my release schedule is the thing that's messing over me getting views, it's a bummer. But I can't stop. I have to keep making content and hope that people who missed all 5 videos that I posted on that one day or whatever, I took time to to create, because it's not, I gotta put them, I gotta edit them, I gotta do the titles. It's a few hours of work, and it doesn't sound like much, but when you have the the kind of life I do with all the responsibilities, being a dad. Okay, I'm a parent. How's that? Anybody? Everybody got that? Because that's everybody who's a parent understands that it's a particular type of challenge. Now, it's not a complaint. I'm just saying, time takes on a whole other character and role in one's life when one wants to devote themselves to
Well,
raising a child.
not to sound girly, but
Sound girly. I don't. I
well,
don't, I don't even know what that means. But
well, okay, not to sound not to sound sappy. Sorry. Um, but one of the things that at least was for my dream anyway was that one especially when Tyson made the ultimate announcement that he was going to be a dad on our show, which was fantastic. Like that was one of the happiest days of our show.
that was like 7 years ago now.
Yes, thank you, Tyson. But the point though is it's he was going to be a dad, which he is. I was going to be a dad, still working on, and eventually turn the show over to our offspring so that they can take up the mantle someday. Hopefully,
Right. Yeah,
if
that'll be
that's the
interesting.
thing. If that's the thing, obviously, But like I said, I'm going to be making a major announcement. Not right this particular moment in time, but if plans go my way, I'll be making the announcement soon. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay, should I leave this in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Tyson has been doing a lot of stuff with TikTok, and he's been doing a lot of stuff with AI, music, which is fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
And we're going to move a lot of that content over to our TikTok page so you can experience it for the first time. But at the same time, go to his TikTok page because, again, all the views, all the likes, they do count. And
got a lot of likes on that account on Antisocial Show.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the hard work you've been putting in on that.
Thank you. And yeah, I've been that's kind of what I've been focusing on. It's like I said, it's weird because it's like what Tyson has said. It's dates, times, what depending on what the content is, because you can do and I think it has something to do with sound too, because um one post that I do with the same exact sound is almost different from a different post I do with the exact same sound. So TikTok is weird with the algorithm, but again, you want to see all things Anti-Social Show, and you want to see all things myself or Tyson. Just go on over to the Anti-Social page show TikTok page. Of course, also Tyson Saner as well, because again, it's all connected. And now Tyson has been doing. Now this is a very. We had an edit point not too long ago, and why not keep it in real time? But Tyson has been also doing. Now I've always said our sister show has been Succotash, the comedy soundcast. But now Tyson has been doing another show. Talk about it. Tell us about it.
Another show? Yes, I've been doing a show with Sean Pratton of Sensibly Cynical. It is who we've had as a guest on Antisocial Show a few years back. It's called One Time Only, and we talk about basically we've sort of been giving each other I would say weekly, but it's showily, episodically assignments to experience a thing that we have not experienced before in the media. Like for example, he got me to watch The Island recently, the Michael Bay film The Island, because I'd never really seen it all the way through, but usually it's something I've never seen at all. In this most recent case, it was The Island. So I watched The Island, and then now his assignment until we record the next time is going to be, I'm getting him to watch Dune, a movie that we've already talked about a little bit, which I think is awesome, and he hasn't seen yet. I also so things I've gotten him to watch at least one episode of include things like Iron Chef, the original Iron Chef from back in the day, back in the early 2000s, late 90s. I can't remember, but the old Iron Chef show. I like Iron Chef America, don't get me wrong, but I think there's something really charming and awesome about the original Iron Chef, and so I wanted to share that with him. Kind of like if you had an assignment for me to see a particular movie or something. If it weren't Tusk, I might immediately try it. If that were the format of the show, where it's like I definitely need to see this thing before the next time we talk, then I would
It's got to be, dude. It's got to be Tusk, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, years ago, probably like I want to say like either the first or second year of our show, we had a very interesting guest on, and he was a comedian, stand-up comedian, something Barnes.
Josh Barnes?
Yes, Josh Barnes.
Joshua Barnes, yes, sir.
And he had a problem with his setup, of course, which was obviously his computer, whatever he had a problem with. And for some reason, except for Tyson, we had to go to our cell phones, and which was okay for me because at the time it was like I had a setup, I had like my computer, and Tyson remembers it's Toshiba. I had a proper setup, but like we had switched over to the phone, which was cool because like I was basically in my recliner the whole time, and I had like more of like movement, like more freedom to like go outside, do whatever. And we were talking, and we were playing a game, and it was a movie trivia game, and one of the questions was a walrus's penis and like the bone that's in it, and I had the question right, and I was like Tusk is, and that's why I've been telling Tyson for like these years, like, dude, you gotta watch Tusk, just watch it just once.
I want to say baculum.
Yes, a baculum. That's what it was.
Or a bacula or baculum. It's something like that. One of those.
Mm-hmm. And I'm convinced, like, we're going to be like 70 years old doing an episode of Anti-Social Show, and Tyson's going to come up with, hey, I want to open up with the fact that I finally watched Tusk.
Yeah, speaking of walrus penis bone. Penile bone. Baculum. Baculum. I had it right the first time. Yes, I've now had to add to my Google search baculum, except I couldn't do it that way. I had to put in walrus penile bone, so now that is in my Google search. Yes, a baculum.
And you know what?
There's a callback to episode 98. Sorry, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyson and I talk just about every single day, just about. Sometimes we go for a couple of days without talking, which because obviously we have things going on. But when we were on a regular recording schedule, which we're trying to get back, I would hit Tyson up with so much crazy stuff that it was like, 3:00 in the morning. I'm like, hey, you know what? I think Tyson, hey, how do you feel about this? And so this whole experience trying to get back on track, trying to get back the show, of course, has been kind of like that sort of. It's almost like the building blocks of what our show was on. And for me, you know what? So maybe I lost a studio, maybe I lost some recording equipment. It's okay for me because you know what? The show must go on still. And indeed. I used to get crazy on this show. So I'm kind of reminiscing a little bit. So I apologize for that.
I hear you.
But do
What
you
was the
think
question?
like no, there was no question. It was just me saying like how like back in the early days of this show, I used to get crazy, and it kind of feels like that almost. It kind of feels like reminiscent of a way because if you think about it, um, this is like the last couple of weeks. This is how it's been. It's been me texting you with some crazy ideas, and it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's like when you had texted me earlier, it's like, hey, are we recording tonight? I'm like, you know what? It just so happens we are. So um it's been fantastic. Uh, it's been a crazy ride. It's been absolutely weird. It's been this past year. It's been not knowing like what was going to happen with our show, not knowing what's going to happen with life. It's been crazy, but at the same time, it's like grateful. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
grateful because I get to basically kind of redo everything again, but like better. Um, hopefully, knock on wood.
Grateful indeed.
But
Yes. Hmm.
I get to bombard you with crazy ideas again, which was even fantastic. It's like, hey, Tyson. um,
Right. I enjoy expressing gratitude whenever possible.
yeah.
Um,
So gratitude to Tyson, of course, for keeping our brand and our show going while I was taking a tour through Crazy Town. Um,
well, I mean, I think we were both keeping it going, like in its own way. Like I'm out there doing the games and the songs and stuff, but you're doing all the work on TikTok, and it's all kind of, I guess, more or less, it's all part of the same. I guess it's technically all under the umbrella of Antisocial Show because they're both
oh yeah.
representations of things that we're expressing in one way or another.
Well,
Yeah.
when it, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, like, therapy, like the idea of therapy. Like, I've been using the AI music producer stuff. Like, I do make real music analog myself with instruments and my voice and instruments and things, instruments and instruments. Did I mention instruments? No, I mean, like, I can play the guitar, I can play a little bit of keys, I can sing and whatnot. I do these things and I do record things that have that. But I've also been really fascinated by this AI service called Udio, which a lot of people use Suno, Suno, but I use Udio, Udio, and have so far, just because I haven't tried Suno yet. But I've been doing Udio for 4 months, I think, and I've got like, I don't know, definitely over 100 songs in the playlist on my YouTube site, and it's just sometimes I'll just have an idea about something or a thing I'm feeling or thinking, and then I'll just be like, I don't know how to express this, but I kind of know how to describe the feeling, and then I'll put that into Udio. So it's a song about this, and then I'm like, but make it Motown, or make it sound like rap, or make it sound like yacht rock. And it does, by the way, it does yacht rock exceptionally well. And then, I'll get, it gives you a couple of song ideas. Well, it gives you fully realized pieces of audio. Like, it used to give you 32 seconds at a time, and then you could decide to try to build a song around it by extending it in one direction or the other. But then now it has an option to just put out 2 minutes and 11 seconds of essentially an entire song with verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and then usually it wraps it up neatly around that, depending on how you tune it. And it's like a fully realized idea that sometimes it does not sound great, but does sound interesting, and sometimes they sound perfect. And sometimes you gotta finesse them a little bit. Sometimes you're like, I love the lyrics, hate the music. Sometimes it's like, I love most of these lyrics, music's okay, I'll rewrite some of this, feed it back through, see what else I get. You just sort of like, you work at it, and then sometimes it comes up with things and you're like, I understand that this is a computer making decisions about language in the way that a thing that did not originally speak English would, or a person that would. Like, it's not English as first language, it is English as second language, because its first language is binary, or whatever its programming code is, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yep,
Like,
absolutely.
like it's writing me songs in English. And by the way, it doesn't just do English. It does French, Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, Ukrainian, Korean, Japanese, Chinese. It can do all of these, and I do have songs in some of those languages. because I use Google Translate to go back and forth to make sure I'm not having it translate into something that's, you know, awful in some way. But so yeah, so go ahead. Yeah, you have a question or anything? Yeah, I can see it.
So back in the day, right? Like back before I met you, obviously, I had a shirt that had like Japanese writing on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I walked into a hibachi restaurant that like I was like a frequent customer of.
Okay.
So one day I got the balls, excuse my French, the gonads to ask. I'm like, hey, by the way, like, what does this mean? And they looked at it and they're like, we are sorry. It means nothing. And I'm like, okay, so it means nothing. Like, it legit, in their own language, meant nothing.
Like it was the character for nothing, or it was just gibberish. Like it means
it was just gibberish. It meant nothing. It was like
fun.
Yeah, I got rid of the shirt, but you know,
I've actually got, you know, it's interesting because yes, there is a lot of that going around where it's something that looks like something, but it's just junk art, and it's like, why would we know the difference? I don't know what I was going to say I don't know what kanji looks like. I do know what some kanji looks like. In fact, there is a Switch game that teaches you kanji. Let's see here. Look up there.
Yes.
There it is.
Okay. Yes.
And so basically, what it is it's you hold the Switch this way instead of like sideways, like you would like a game, and it gives you like it did it again. It did it with the camera. Let me put this down. Sorry. Just hold, please. No. Sleep. Hold, please. Thank you. One moment. So you hold it sideways, and then it gives you like 4 characters, just 4 characters, and you look at them, and then you guess which of the 4 words it is. No, sorry, it gives you 1 character, and then gives you 4 options of what it could be. So you just kind of go, I don't know, is it soup? No. Is it button? No. Is it house? No. Is it person? It is. Okay. I'm not going to remember that. But you do keep doing it enough, the theory is, eventually you'll be like, oh, wait, I do remember. That's the one that's house. See, my brain keeps wanting to like have a reason why it's something, because I've been reading for so long that I can look at it HOU and go, I know that's supposed to sound like how and who, but it's because I've been doing that a long time. But it was a time when I could not do that, and that's the thing I keep telling Jareth, my son, who's almost 6 now, by the way. He'll be 6 at the end of the month. Yeah, that's how I know that we've been, you know, the
Little Prince. The Little Prince.
Indeed. He ain't so little anymore. He's a big boy. He's tall. He's tall. He's not like big like me. He's like tall, not like me. He's taller than me. No, he's not. But he will be. He probably will be. Which is perfectly fine. Anyway, so what was it? I kind of went on a tangent there. Music therapy, something. Fatherhood.
Music therapy, which is, you know, I found when I was going away for my own therapy, music therapy was absolutely fantastic. So I totally get it. It's like, you know, there's a song for like every single thing like you can pick, like, you know, for like, you know, like you're sad, you're happy, you're angry. It's like there's a song for everything. But what's cool is that it's, to me, it's like not so much to be able to pick a song from like a certain artist to like, you know, display your mood, but like if you can like create your own song to display your mood, fantastic. And you obviously have done that, which is fantastic. And you know, it's not only expressive, but it's like it's stuff that like we can share with the world, which is even better. You know, it's like I've been telling you for years. It's like, you know, it's whatever, like, you know, you create whatever you want to do. It's like, dude, like you're the Dumbledore of our show. It's like, you know, you're the one that like waves the wand and creates like what's there and what's not there. And it's like, you know, if you want to like throw that in there at some point, like through any episode, it's like, you know what? He's the Dumbledore. Like he's like the dude of like Hogwarts. Like he's fantastic.
Well, would you like to hear one of the things?
Please.
Okay. Hold, please. All right.
I
So
could.
you can hear me now, right?
Yes. Now I
Okay.
can.
For some reason, when I was sharing my screen, it wouldn't allow me to share my audio at the same time. I don't understand why. That's going to be a problem in the future, but that's okay. I'm going to play something, and you can comment afterwards if you'd like to. But I will say this song is about. Or actually, I'm not going to tell you what the song's about. I'll let you figure if it sounds like you think it's about something, you can tell. I'll just be quiet and you can play it. Well, I'll have to be quiet. You won't be able to hear me. So I'll just go ahead
Go
and
for it.
start sharing that again.
He sings beneath the neon lights, an aging star of karaoke nights, with dreams held in his worn hands, but no one stands to know his plans. He belts out songs from days gone by, lifting voices to the sky. Yet when the music fades away, he's left with words he can't quite say. But every note, it lifts him high, like whispers from a friendly sky. Though the faces blur, he finds his place in melodies that hold embrace. He hopes for a friend who'll see his heart, where lonely ends and dreams can start. He walks a path so dimly lit, where whispered lyrics softly sit, afraid to break the silent span. He struggles just to shake a hand. He longs to find the courage there, to sing his life without a care. Yet quiet whispers hold him bound, beneath the echoes yet unwound. But every note, it lifts him high, like whispers from a friendly sky. Though the faces blur, he finds his place in melodies that hold embrace. He hopes for a friend who'll see his heart, where lonely ends and dreams can start. Love don't need to hide away, in gentle words he'll find a way to open up, let gold unfold, see the stories yet untold. But every note, it lifts him high, like whispers from a friendly sky. Though the faces blur, he finds his place in melodies that hold embrace. He hopes for a friend who'll see his heart, where lonely ends and dreams can start.
There you go. All right, I've stopped sharing, so I should be able to hear. Can I not hear you? I can't. Can you say something?
Brilliant.
I can hear you. Okay, good. So yeah, that one's called. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you think? What do you think that one was about?
So that kind of reminded me of like definitely original, obviously. It kind of reminded me of Piano Man.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does have a kind of that era, that vibe for it.
It does. It definitely reminded me of like somebody that's trying to, get their voice out there, their work out there, like, their creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely what it reminded me of. It reminded me of like a simpler time.
it it sort of it really does have the ability to nail a particular era. Now, I will say that I got the middle of that. The middle of that is the 2 minutes and 11-second chunk. It is a 3 minute and 21-second chunk, and that's because I extended it at the beginning and at the end. So I gave it a instrumental in. I guess I'm pointing the wrong way for you. So I put it at the beginning of the song.
No, you got it.
If I'm going this way, well, to me, it's the opposite. But the point is I put.
I will say this: if I can give like the best compliment I can give,
sure.
This.
Oh, we're not worthy. Oh, that's funny. Here, this is the thing. Here's the chorus. But every note it lifts him high like whispers from a friendly sky. Though the faces blur, he finds his place in melodies that hold embrace. He hopes for a friend who will see his heart where lonely ends and dreams can start. So 95% of that is perfect. And I didn't write this, by the way. The computer wrote all of this, and then it gives you lyrics that you can look at later, or you can rewrite them and feed them back in and get better versions, which I'll give you one more example of something like that, if you'll indulge me.
Of course.
So this song is obviously very heartfelt. Okay, so here's the line. In melodies that hold embrace. Now, that's a bit of a tortured metaphor. That's not exactly English, but it still makes sense. I understand that hold and to embrace kind of as words work together, but the idea says, though the faces blur, he finds his place in melodies that hold embrace. I understand that embrace rhymes. It's an odd way to say it, but it's fine. I like that the computer is attempting poetry. That, you know what I mean? To me, that has value. Is that the computer is trying to get across something, and it's using the words that it knows. It tends to use a lot of words over and over again that it thinks are the perfect rhyme. Like it uses the word sway a lot, which is kind of funny because I never use the word sway, but I mean I'm going to be covering some of these songs, and I'm just going to be singing it because it's part of the song. So, I mean. Because nobody really owns these songs, but if I cover them, then it's my version of it. This song didn't exist before I had it made. I don't want to say I made it, but I did make it because I had my idea. This is the prompt I put in for the song. So you describe what you want. You can be simple. It can be simple and it can be complicated. Yes, 100%.
Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us for the first time, I say thank you. If you're joining us from TikTok, because I've been definitely throwing this out there, I appreciate it. This show is about promoting people's work. It's about promoting people's content and
not just our own,
but also at the same time, it's
but definitely our own.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
When it comes to Tyson, of course, I definitely do put, and maybe this is the first time I'm saying it. I don't know. Maybe I've said it nonchalantly over the years. Maybe. But I've definitely been pushing his work a lot harder because, again,
thank you.
You're welcome. He's definitely not only our other half of this show, but he's definitely the Dumbledore of editing, and he's the why not? Because he does have a home here, always on the Anti-Social Show. If anything ever happened to me, if the show is his,
right?
And he should be able to express himself and his work in such a way that it gains recognition by everybody. Because again, I'm more the Kevin Smith of, and not to put down Kevin Smith, love Kevin Smith, but I'm more the Kevin Smith of the show. It's I just show up and talk. Anyone can do what I do. Anyone can just show up and say, "Hey, listen, I'm hunting."
Kevin Smith, the king of the self-undersell.
Yes, but the thing about it is, it is true. I just show up and basically like I was telling Maria.
It's not true. It's a distillation. You don't just show up and talk. You bring yourself. You bring ideas. You bring your personality. There's a lot of people who can just show up to a thing and be completely useless as far as conversation, ideas, personality. And you're not one of those people. You have all of those things in spades.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Your contributions are completely valuable. I just, anyways, go ahead.
But, the reason why I say what I do is that, yes, okay, I'll give you that. It's I was telling Maria, it's when I do the show, it's I tend to turn up my personality 10 times. But at the same time, it's like I realized like your reactions, like how you react to certain things is how I go about it, right? So it's like I can do a solo show, which I can because I've done it before, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not quite the same because like I don't have your reactions to things. So I look at your face
Oh,
and it's like, okay, like he thinks it's funny, like he thinks it's mildly annoying. So it's like, it's
he
like,
looks
okay, I'm going to
confused.
go with that. I'm going to work with that. So it's not just so much that I show up and just talk. Yes, I kind of do that. But at the same time, it's like, the magic behind the show is all not contributed to you.
Well, that's kind of how I feel when I do. Thank you, by the way. That's kind of how I feel when I do one time only. I'm flattered that I've been asked to do a thing. I'm glad to show up and try to be entertaining or at least be conversational. And
Oh, you are.
as long
You are.
as long as Sean. Well, I'm just saying that as the person who shows up to a thing, as opposed to controlling, like not controlling, but what I'm talking about, doing all the technical stuff here. Like I don't have to do any of the technical stuff yet. I will edit if I have to on the other thing. On a one time only, but I don't have to at this point. And I'm hoping that my personality on the show is contributing enough that Sean wants to keep doing the show.
Oh,
But I don't
your
know.
personality, my
Do
friend.
you watch One Time Only? Have you ever seen it?
Not yet, but I'm going to.
Okay, well you might want to hold your compliments for actually having experienced
But I
it.
don't have to because like your personality
Well, just
helped build
mhm.
mine in a lot of ways.
I understand,
Even
but
Maria said it.
mm,
She's like, you guys complement each other, and it's true. It's like your personality complements mine. As I said, like you've been the rock to this show the whole time because if not, like dude, the
people have
show would have been all over the map.
guests of
Yeah.
ours actually in real time have they as they've been on have commented on how polite we are to each other.
Yes.
Like Andy Kindler, I believe, said something to that effect, and I know that the ladies from Trashy Trashy did, Erica Curry and Cassandra Cardenas. So,
Yes. Yes. The lovely ladies who I need to get back to listening to, but
so
um,
it,
definitely like every guest we've ever had on the show past, to now has been fantastic, I think.
so now what I was saying before is that you can get elaborate with a prompt, or uh, you can put it as simple as you want. But like by the time I made this song that you heard, I wanted to really try to dial it in as much as possible, so I didn't have too many generations. Because you put in the idea and it gives you two things to consider, and so you listen to
Right.
one and you go, and you listen to the other and you're either like, ooh, or you're like, oh, or you're like, ooh, that's better, or they're both kind of like, nah. And then you put in two more, and then sometimes you find yourself going, well, that one before that I wasn't sure about, but I didn't hate. It's actually pretty good. And then it could go any number of ways. It doesn't cost much to make these generations, thankfully. So there is an element with all these AI services, whether it's music or um, images purely, or image to video, which is very interesting. I've been doing a lot of that. Um, Especially to make music videos, or things they're trying to make music videos. Not anyway. So my point is that prompting, with all these things, there's a certain amount of, you pay for not just the service but also kind of the learning how to use the service.
Mm.
There's a lot of going into, like, just figuring it out what prompts are best. You'll find yourself, if you have the resources, to going to YouTube, like, if you have a phone that has YouTube, you can go to YouTube. One could go to, and I know I'm saying you, but I mean everybody, could go to YouTube, and they could be like, prompting techniques. I find that sometimes it's just the experience of it. You sort of like feel out what the thing likes. So this is the very specific prompt. I've literally given prompts that are one word and gotten real bizarre results, but things that can be sampled and turned into something. But this one is a soft rock song from the late 1970s
Right. Right. Right.
about an aging karaoke singer
All right.
who struggles to make new friends due to his social anxiety. And then I added in the style of, because my in the style of is left over from when I was doing mostly images, and I wanted to be like, Wizard of Oz in the style of David Lynch to see what that would look like,
Right.
Turns out not much different, just has more David Lynch in it. Anyway, that's weird because it
Right.
actually puts David Lynch in some of the Wizard of Oz things, but David Lynch also puts himself in his own movies, so I guess it'd be the same as like, Alfred Hitchcock, and then you'd get like Hitchcock popping up as a character in the background. That's my
Right.
that's my Hitchcock impression.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so in this,
Dude. You know I'm gonna have to have you do that so I can like upload that to TikTok, right? Yeah, that.
That's the song.
Hold on. Wait. Do that again.
Hold on.
Do that again. Good. I got it. Perfect. Done. Okay. Save the photos. Okay.
So
Okay.
so I added in the style of, and now it doesn't always let you do this in the music one. Sometimes it'll be like, no, we can't reproduce these sounds. We don't want you to suggest.
Right.
So you might, like, I put in like Destiny's Child because I wanted something Destiny's Child, and it's like, can't put child, but you can be like in the style of Barry Manilow, and they're okay. But this one I put in the style of Neil Diamond. And it does. It sounds like early Neil Diamond to me. and then I went into the modifiers, the things where it's like, okay, so that's kind of what I want out of the song. Here's things I'd like in the structure of the music. So I put male vocalist because it's about me. I mean, obviously, it's about me. Aging karaoke person. I put I put just singer. Just an aging karaoke singer. Struggles to make new friends due to social anxiety. That is 100%. And I was like, male vocalist. And I put rock, pop rock, melodic, soft rock, because you got to put commas in. Warm, uplifting, soothing, So that was my really long prompt, and those were the results that it gave me. Was that really fantastic piece of music that I'm actually learning to play on guitar and keyboard because
By the way,
yes.
in the upcoming episodes, we will have to do that again, name that tune. Just because, like,
sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I can like redeem myself. But
So no, but you should try to do this stuff for like, to get ideas out, because it's not just, like that one's therapy, and sometimes you just mess around and have fun. Please continue.
No. As far as like therapy is concerned, like it definitely for me TikTok is a therapy. And I'm glad like that's a therapy for you, obviously.
Well,
and because you're dude,
you get to work through ideas. You get to capture these ideas. Like that idea is a thing now. It wasn't a thing before. It was just an idea.
You are brilliant. Take it.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Again, Tyson Dumbledore here. One of these days, and I promise this, one of these days, Tyson's going to get a gift in the mail, and it's going to be, Dumbledore's wand. And just because, he definitely is he's definitely the wizard. Like, don't get me wrong, like
his wand.
He's definitely the wizard of this show. So again, yes, as I contributed, like, yes, I do, and I thank you, Tyson, for like, saying what you said earlier.
Of course.
Where I say, like, I show up and talk, like I show up and like, I basically take my personality and just like run wild with it, But at the end of the day, it's like, without his editing skills, without his magic abilities, the show doesn't work. And there were plenty of times when we had like podcast gremlins who basically got in our way, and he was like, you know what, F you. Like, I'm going to take out my sword or my wand, and like, you're going to go away. And like, and definitely like he sent me the episode, and I'm like, huh, did we really had that much problems? Because I can't detect it, like not at all. And definitely, like there was definitely times when like I was like, oh, we're so afraid. But he definitely pulled it together in a Hogwarts way, and it's because of him that all this happens. So not because of me. Um,
I
like
mean,
I can show up and say, "Hey, listen, hey, I'm Hunter Block, and I'm gonna turn my hat backwards, and I'm gonna wear some ridiculous jersey, and I'm gonna say,
well, hey,
"Hey, I
Hunter,
suck."
but Hunter, if you got yourself out of bed this morning, that's all you. You know.
Exactly. Where, there's been plenty of times when we've done the episode or show it's like prior before that I'm like tired, like I'm not into it, I'm not, whatever. But then when we get going, it's like, oh, like I remember it's like, yeah, guess what? It's like we're chaotic. We're all over the place. We're gonna get the energy up, and we do, and it's like fantastic. But again, it's because of Tyson, of course. Because again, a lot of what I do is based off his reactions. So it's like, I can tell when he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna ride with it." It's like we're gonna go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times when it kind of takes it to the board. It's like, well, Hunter, you're kind of taking it to this way. It's like, but okay, I'll let you have it. But it's like, and then it's like, oh, fuck yes. Kind of like now. It's like,
I'll have to take your word for that. So,
I'm crazy.
do you have a, well, we're all a little crazy, but we're never going to survive unless we are a little crazy.
But our show,
Mhm.
our show is back. And
Mm-hmm.
I promise, not to let anyone down again. And Tyson, throw your arm up there. Yeah, again, the bracelet. What's up with that? Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah, these are okay. So, well, what is it? When you see it, what does it make you think of?
Cancer.
Yes,
If you don't mind. If you don't mind.
these are both for breast cancer awareness. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
So, would you like to hear another one?
Yes.
Another song. This is funnier. Like the other one was more heartfelt. This is more like a kind of a sassy, cheeky sort of concept. Would you, well, again, like to wait to know what the prompt was until after you've heard it? Because I would like you to also speculate what it's about.
Yes, please do. Please
Okay.
do.
Are you ready, or would you like a break or whatever?
Let's do a break.
Okay.
Okay. So while I have people alone for a second or two, I want to say thank you for staying with us this whole time, and we are definitely back, in some capacity anyway. It's been a thrill for me, and so I want to say thank you for being with us, for staying with us, for supporting us, and I promise not to let you guys down again. Um, I was going through some things, and life happenings, right? So you'll notice that the room has changed, but that's okay because we do what we got to do. So thank you for being with us, and thank you for staying with us. And that's it. That's all I want to say. And we wait for Tyson, and we won't talk about Tyson while he's on. Which, by the way, Tyson is phenomenal. By the way, so yeah.
All right. So on this one, on this one, when I turn it over, you'll be able to see the picture, and you'll also most of these actually have the lyrics under them, almost karaoke style, to where you can follow along. And this one also does. Like the last one didn't. For some reason, I could never get it to have the lyrics come up. But on this one, I did. They did come in. On this one, it's not the best example because they come in a little bit late, but you get the basic idea. So you'll be able to see what it's saying, and that helps because this one's really, remember, this one's meant to be funny. So please take it in that spirit. I'm going to go, do share screen and you won't be able to hear me.
That sweet scent, little mystery, yeah. I can't help but sniff the air scents in your history. You taste so grand like a forbidden dream. It started when I saw you drinking from that stream. You know how nature is, it's no mirage. Perhaps you should develop better camouflage. Don't wanna be eaten, oh you tasty beast. Then why be delicious, offering a feast? Don't wanna be eaten, fade into the night. Should've thought twice before tasting so right. Walking in the garden, breeze of the sweet. I'm drawn to you, can't resist that tender meat. You wear flavors like a crown, irresistible. Blaming the world, that's unreasonable. Nature's melody calls, so sweetly framed. In this hungry world, no one is to blame. Don't wanna be eaten, oh you tasty beast. Then why be delicious, offering a feast? Don't wanna be eaten, fade into the night. Should've thought twice before tasting so right. In a world so rich, where sweetness leads the way, every choice you make has a price to pay. Learn to dance in the breeze, blend with the sky. All your flavor will call, and I'll be nearby. Don't wanna be eaten, oh you tasty beast. Then why be delicious, offering a feast? Don't wanna be eaten, fade into the night. Should've thought twice before tasting so right. Oh, feel the pulse as night embraces the land. Walk the line with flavor trailing through the sand. But tempt my senses with your perfume flare, and I'll be dreaming of savor in this affair. Oh yeah, don't wanna be eaten, but you make it hard. Turn down the hunger, but it leaves me scarred. Don't wanna be eaten, so take my advice. Hide that sweetness or pay the steep price.
All right, and that is
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
That one's called You Tasty Beast.
And it's kind of like reminds me of the kind of a story of like what happened in the Garden of Eden.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So, would you like? So, what? Yeah. Okay. So, like, that's what you get Garden of Eden vibes. Anything else, or?
A dude possibly seeing his first love at the same time.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
And just his first love, the Garden of Eden, forbidden fruit.
Well, there's the fruit imagery, which you can't see anymore because I stopped sharing my screen, but you saw it. You saw like the Carmen Miranda looking kind of,
Yes.
which the audience can still see because my screen is still showing that up there. But
Brilliant,
But
brilliant,
so
brilliant.
so would you like to know the prompt? Like what I
Yes.
put in to get that? Okay. A song about how if you don't want to be eaten, you shouldn't have been born delicious. Literally what I put.
Yes.
And then the modifiers are blue-eyed soul, melodic, soft male vocalist, harmonies, electric piano, sassy. So I like sassy because it kind of gives it's like cheeky. It's kind of like, it's a little naughty, I guess you could say.
Oh, yes, absolutely. But it's, you know what?
Thank you. There it is. And we're back in square. No, rectangle. Please continue.
So,
So that was you, Tasty Beast. Yes. So Udio, try it out. There's a free version.
absolutely.
You can, if you got a browser on your phone, you can do it from your phone. It just needs like an email. You have a free account. You can get a certain amount of credits per day. It takes 2 credits to get a 32-second thing, or it takes 4 credits to do a 2 minute and 11-second thing. You get 10 a day, and you can also earn up to 50 credits a day by just listening to clips, like 32-second clips, and telling them which one you like better. So it'd be like, you listen to one and you're like, okay, I hear that, and then you listen to the other and you're like, okay, I hear that too. I like A better. You just earned yourself 2 credits towards 50, and then you keep doing that. Or is it 1? Well, either way, you can earn a certain amount of credits. After a while, you start figuring out, well, I'm going to want to buy like a few credits, so I can have a bunch to work with. Or you get you just spend time experimenting with it and seeing what you get out of it, because you can get a lot of joy that you didn't know that would be available to you. Like Laura's doing it. Laura's got like, it's become a really great hobby for her, and a way of continuing the musical stuff that she does, because she did put her music endeavors to bed for a long period of time.
Well, it's nice that she's getting back to it again, obviously.
And I'm happy I'm doing karaoke again, because
Yes.
I
So
do
anytime
need
like
it.
you want to like throw it up on our show.
I'm sorry, what? I don't have any videos of
Anytime
us.
you want to throw that up on our show, it's perfect, by the way.
Okay. So both of those songs, by the way, are available. You can listen to them on TikTok. I mean, if you wanted to, Hunter, you could repost them at some point. You could either do it whenever you want to. If you were going to, you could wait until this comes out, or you could just do it now and say, we had a conversation and here's the stuff, or whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, if you were to do it, that would be cool. But I'll be, leaving those in, figuring out how to edit the other one that we did and all the ones leading up to it. Because what I want to do is edit the ones we've done more recently and kind of release them with their proper numbering, and then release the older ones also with their proper numbering, just as we go along. Because I got to a point where it was like I'd gotten out 6 or 7 of them in a burst, maybe more, I don't know, but it was like a burst of them where I was able to get out a bunch of our episodes, and then it's just like my energy just started going away. And then I discovered Udio, and I was like, oh, this is the next thing I need to figure out how to do.
Well, that, and of course more gaming episodes, because the last one we did, aside from the Slime Rancher, was it
Portal? Oh, that's the thing we did. Oh, I thought you just meant my like gaming in general, because most recent game I did on my channel was something called Dentist Bling for the Switch. But
that too.
But yeah, we should we could do another gaming video, or could set it up like our somehow where you'd be able to see what I'm doing and we'd be able to see each other, or we don't have to see each other necessarily, as long as they can hear both of us. We could figure it out. But like, yeah, there's a few different games I've been looking at. There's one called Ship Graveyard Simulator I thought might be interesting to do as a series. I don't know if I'll be doing that or not. It's hard to say. But yeah, if you have a particular one in mind I should actually just try and edit some of the ones that we've already done together, because we have done a few. I think there's a Vampire Survivors one I haven't published yet. I think our Slime Rancher one, I don't think I finished that one. I think I had some kind of technical difficulties.
We have to finish that one.
Yeah, because it was a funny episode. I would like to get that out there as like me explaining Slime Rancher to you, and Yes, it probably was a trip to you, just being like, this is a game, but at least at first, kids, it's like, what the hell is this? But, but it's, it's, I don't know, it's a soothing kind of experience. Anyway, so, do you have anything you wanted to say before we wrap?
Yes.
Okay.
So, we are officially back.
Sure.
Hopefully better, bigger than ever, with new content, with some original content, of course, getting back to our roots. But of course, look out for more of Tyson's work and on our TikTok page, of course, because it's always a pleasure. And that's it.
I think the way we could put it is, instead of bigger or better than ever, let's say we're more back than ever.
Better than ever. Yes.
We're more back than ever.
Yes, we're more back than ever. I agree.
I like that. That is a nice sound to it. So, well, that's about all the time we have for Antisocial Show. I'm Tyson Sainer.
And I'm Hunter Block.
Be decent to each other.
Absolutely. Peace.
Peace.
Have a good time, folks.